think there's a lot of leaders out there that they have goals, aspirations, but not necessarily direction on where they wanted to take it. And for me, it always comes back to the values, right? Like, how are your values shaping your priorities, and how is it shaping how you're going for your
It's a
priorities?
good point.
Um, so as you've been moving through, how have you been seeing your values shift? Right? I know one that you brought up was integrity, but are there other values that you feel like has been guiding your journey?
Um, the the importance of community is definitely a big value. Because I have that view, I don't let those hardships of building community stop me from doing it. It's that necessary. And like, if you're not willing to go through those pitfalls that it takes to get there, like you can't give up on it. But where's that gonna leave you? You still need the community, right? So community is a huge principle, value that I care about. Integrity. Um, I would say um, diving into your purpose. So purpose is probably a big one too. Like the idea of, I guess that's what I mean by what you got to be in alignment with yourself. Like finding your purpose is not a monetary thing. That has nothing to do with any of the societal standards. That's just what fulfills you. Once you discover that, you can move through the world and do anything and keep that purpose in it, and it'll actually benefit everyone because you're actually in alignment with yourself first. Um, so purpose is another one. Um, for lack of a better word, human beingness. You know what I'm saying? That's a huge key value that I have. Just a sense that I'm no different than anybody. I might have found some success in the stuff that I like, and people might even look up to me for that. But that doesn't take away the fact that somebody else could do it too, and I can appreciate them doing it as well. Um, everybody just needs the right keys, right advice, that kind of stuff. But how all of those things shape how I move, that's the stuff that I take into any conversation I have with someone. Like I'm thinking about how I can bring value to them more often than I'm thinking about how they can bring value to me, and that's helpful because if you focus on the things that you do well, it's gonna bring you blessings. You don't even got to be able to quantify it, but it's gonna return itself to you. So I put that out more than anything. So that's always helped me. Like I've never been rich. I've never been up a bunch of money, nothing like that. But I can honestly say I've enjoyed my life. I've enjoyed being able to do the things that I love. I've enjoyed being able to entertain as well as inspire and teach through the things that I love. I love the look on kids' faces when it clicks to them that ball is life don't mean NBA or nothing. It can mean I'm a coach and I still get to do what I love. So that fulfills me in a lot of different ways. It's complete. My principles and values. I mean, it's the same thing with a business though, and that's why I look at artists' independence as like you got to recognize that you are a business in this current paradigm. You are a business. You're not just a artist. You're not just a starving artist. What they say. Your business moving, and any business has principles, has those things aligned in their establishment. This is before they even start putting out products and all this other stuff. That's the first things they're talking about because that shapes how you brand yourself. That shapes the reputation that you receive. All those things matter. Oh, if we want to throw a fifth one in there, accountability.
Accountability.
Yeah.
Say more on that. Say more on that. What does it mean when you bring up accountability?
Um, Especially in the conversation of like trauma and mental health and things like this, a lot of people land on I'm this way because someone did something to me or someone hurt me or something outside of me is the cause to this effect. And that can very much be true. So I'm not taking that off the table, but no matter what, you still played a part in it somehow. Like even if you were just in the wrong room for somebody to do something to you, you got to take accountability for that, or else you're gonna end up in a room like that again for somebody else to do something wrong to you. So it's like accountability has to be like at the front of people's mind because like you could take accountability in a situation that you're obviously not the wrong in. It still benefits you to do that because it's only shaping how you move in the next time that you're faced with that obstacle. So like accountability, even just in the terms of like it's a way, it's a knowledge base, it's information. The more I can reflect on the things that have happened to me, the things I've experienced, the right and wrong of it, the good and bad of it, I can then motion myself to try something different because I've actually reviewed my own actions in a situation.
Yeah, and even taking it back to what we were talking about earlier with responsibility and success, you need to be accountable for learning along the way. And I think for you, what I'm hearing as well is part of that accountability is giving back and spreading. If not just learning and growing yourself, just for the sake of growing yourself, but for growing your community and also growing the next generation.
I take accountability for my community. You see, that's like key. Because we were talking earlier about like being 30 plus and being in the music game 20 years ago, you looked at like you fell off while you were around. But like at the height of my career in my mid 20s, that was actually when I started my step behind the scenes to start building with other people. When, even looking back, I've had moments of regret where I'm like, dang, like I should have waited for that. I should have got more established before I started trying to help other people. And anybody could say anything could have been different, right? But while taking accountability for the decisions I made, I can also find the beauty in it because I didn't have to reach a certain height to be able to give game. Any knowledge I have can be spread. And I can also learn by giving the knowledge I have. And if somebody has even pushback on it, what they say back to me is still helpful. So it even shaped that. Like, and I say that specifically because like 24, 25, most big artists, that's when you know of them. That's the age group that you remember them from. I mean, Tupac died at 25. So the memorialized image of Tupac is a 25-year-old kid. When if he was alive right now, this man would be 56 years old and will have a mature look on him. He might have some gray hairs. Gray hairs might be cool now. You know what I'm saying? People won't be dyeing their beards and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So just that age group is such an important age group. And I would say I did something a lot of people, I couldn't imagine a lot of people doing it. And I know a lot of my peers didn't. They definitely didn't use the platform that they had built for themselves at up to that point to be a platform for others. Like I completely put myself behind the scenes to push other people forward at that time because I know it can't just be on my shoulders. It shouldn't be because that would make me a martyr. That would make me the pastor. That would make me the guru. I don't want to be none of that. I'm one of a million plus army. That's all.
Yeah, man, that army is doing good stuff.